Okay, let's do a review of the JBL CSA 2120Z. So 2122 channel, 120 watts per channel, Z, high Z, 70 volt. I'm also gonna do a quick look at the CSRV remote control. This is the volume controller. I bought 2 of these, so we'll take a quick look at that as well. So let's open the box up and take a look. So let's see what we get. Power cord. Rack ears, which is one of the reasons why I bought this. So just some screws for the rack, the ears, I guess these are like little rubber pads in case you want to just tabletop mount it and not mount it to a rack. They could give you some screws, a bunch of screws and washers here. And then this is basically the same thing, but on this one they include the Euro blocks, or sometimes called Phoenix connectors. These are pretty nice. They have these little tabs that you can, let's take a quick look at them. I like when they have these little tabs like that you can easily connect and disconnect the Euro blocks. So that's nice. Rack mount ears for the other side. So apparently they give you 2 styles of rack ears because you can actually mount 2 of these side by side in a single rack unit. So you know, in case you need 2 amplifiers for your project, so that's nice. And we got the manual. So first impression, this sucker's pretty heavy. It's fairly compact, but I don't know how much it weighs. 10 pounds maybe? It's got some weight to it. So just start with the front. Pretty basic. Yamaha. I usually go with Yamaha, but the reason I really went with this was because it's rack mountable. So the range that's comparable to this in the Yamaha is not rack mountable. The rack mount a 70 volt amplifier, the MA2120, that's rack mountable. It's like $800-900 now. So this was $589 from B&H. So again, you know, Yamaha has a range comparable to this, but it's not rack mountable. So I want to be able to rack mount as much as the equipment as possible. So that's why I went with this. So hopefully it does well. It's a pretty basic amplifier. There's not a lot of frills to this. Not a lot of bells and whistles, which is fine. I really don't need bells and whistles in this situation, in this application. So we just got the 2 volume controls for the 2 zones. The knobs are pretty tight, have a nice tight feel on them so they won't move around. And then you have like little screws here for bass and treble. You know, you just put like a little jeweler screwdriver in there and adjust the bass and the treble. Pretty basic on off button. Around the back, we've got power, you know, the plug for the power cord, sleep disable. I guess this can go to sleep, you know, if it's not being used for a while. Outputs, those are the Euro blocks. Those will go to your speakers, 1 for each zone. This is the controller, the volume controllers. They are RJ45 and Cat5, Cat6 cable. So those are RJ45s for that. High Z on off. So that's, you know, this, in case you want to use a high Z or 8 ohms, it's capable of both. Mono sum, that's great, typical on 70 volt applications. So you can take, you know, your stereo left, right, and it sums it internally here. So that's on both channels. And then this has also an input, an additional input, I suppose, if you want to use like you know, like an XLR cable for a microphone or something like that. So, you know, you can use the RCAs or you can use this, but you can also probably use both. Like you can have this connected to an iPad or, you know, Bluetooth receiver, whatever. And then you can have, say like a mic in case you want to do like presentations or something like that in the restaurant. So that's a nice feature. And that's pretty much it. This thing is, you know, hopefully it's reliable. That's, you know, no frills and reliable. That's what I'm really looking for here. So let's take a look at the volume controller here. Before we do that, I guess, yeah, the weight, like I said, it's heavy. It's all metal chassis. It's got vents on the top for cooling. So, you know, it feels like a pretty quality unit. Like I said, I like the volume controls. Those feel good. Everything seems logically laid on the back. Again, it's basic, but it's got a nice heavy quality feel to it. So I like that. It seems, let's see how it performs. Reliability is key. Will it be working 10 years from now? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, reliability in this case. So hopefully it's reliable. This is also, I think I did mention that, 120 watts per channel. It's 2 channels. And then we got the remote. Again, pretty basic. The volume, the potentiometer here for the volume control. It's got little itsy bitsy clicks to it. Just little teeny tiny clicks. I like that, actually. It's very smooth. Very smooth. The resistance is nice. You don't want to accidentally, you know, in a busy restaurant, you might not, that resistance is good. You don't want this thing flopping around too much because somebody actually bumps it with their hand or something like that. So, you know, it'll stay put in case you bump into it. Those little clicks just hold it just enough. It's a really nice feel. I mean, it's very, very nice. I'm impressed. If it stays that way over the years, you know, because this will get used pretty much, you know, 6-7 days a week, a lot. So let's see how it holds up. It wasn't too much. It was $70, which from B&H again, which doesn't seem too bad. So see how it holds up. And then the back is just an RJ45 that will go to the back of the amplifier. You just terminate 2 RJ45 ends, and you know, theoretically it's going to work. And that's it. Nothing on the back. Just a little circuit board with the RJ45 on it. The screws will be for a single gain box or cut-in plate, whatever. So it's just a standard, same as like an electrical outlet or something like that. Very standard single gain connection there to the wall. And let's see what else is in here. Just 2 black screws that'll go into your box or your plate, and the manual. And that's it. So I got the install coming up on this in a couple days. I'm pretty excited. Haven't used this JBL amp before, so I'm excited to see, you know, how it's going to perform and how it's going to sound. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. JBL makes very good products, so I don't think there'll be any problems. And you know, biggest thing on my list, just reliability. Will be working 5-10 years from now. That's, you know, that's important. So we'll see how it holds up, and I'll be making reviews of that installation coming up here in a couple days. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.